the first question is asking us to solve 2x squared plus 5x plus 2. So to solve this quadratic equation, I will first multiply the quotient of x squared with the constant. So 2 times 2, which is 4. Now we're going to find factors of 4. Factors of 4 are 2 times 2 and 4 times 1. Once we've found the factors, we're going to choose that set of factors which, when added and subtracted, give us the middle term, which is 5x. So we know 2 plus 2 is 4 and 2 minus 2 is 0. So we can't choose 2 and 2. We know 4 plus 1 is 5. So which means we can choose 4 times 5. So what we will do is, we will replace 5x with 4x plus x, and the 2x squared plus 2 come as it is. Then what we do is we split this equation into two groups. This is your first group and this is your second group. Now what we do is we factorize this separately. So 2x squared plus 4x will be factorized into 2x times x plus 2, because between 2x squared and 4x we have 2x common. So when we take 2x common from 2x squared plus 4x, we're left with x plus 2. Then between x plus 2 we just have 1 common. So in the brackets we'll have x plus 2 as it is. Whenever you can't find anything common between two terms, remember that 1 is always common between them. So you take 1 common outside. Now between 2x and plus 1 we have x plus 2 common. So that's going to leave 2x plus 1 in the second bracket. So since it says solve, one value of x is going to be -2 and the other value is going to be -1 over 2. So let's say a crowd of men, women and children attend a rugby match. The ratio of women to men is 4:3 and the ratio of men to children is 2:5. What percentage of the people at the rugby match are children? So women, men, and men, children. That's 4:3 and 2:5. So remember, when you have like one quantity being shared between two different ratios, in order for you to combine it into a ratio with three quantities, you have to make the common quantity equal. So basically what we'll do is to make 3 and 2 equal, we times this by 2 and this by 3. Now since in the first ratio we're multiplying 3 by 2, that means 4 will also be multiplied by 2. And the second ratio, 5 will also be multiplied with 3. So that gives us the ratio of 8:6 and 6:15. Now as you can see, the number of men are equal now in the ratio, which means we can combine it as 8:6:15. Now this is women, men, and children. What percentage of the people at the rugby match are children? That's going to be 15 over the total in the ratios, 8 plus 6 plus 15, and we multiply this fraction by 100, and that's going to give us 51.72%. That is your percentage of people at the rugby match that are children. Then the next question, the table below shows how long it takes some people to complete a crossword. So we have to draw the histogram to show the information. Whenever we're trying to draw the histogram, we need the frequency density. Frequency density is basically frequency over class width. So let's find the class width first. Class width is the distance between your maximum and minimum value of the interval. So between 0 and 10, it's 10. 10 to 20 is 10. 20 to 30 is also 10. And 30 to 50, it's 20. So the frequency density for the first interval will be 40 over 10, which is 4. Let's make a column for frequency density. This is 4. Then the next frequency density will be 85 over 10, which is 8.5. Then next frequency density is going to be 50 divided by 10, which is 5. And lastly, 30 over 20, which is 1.5. So now we're going to put the frequency density values on the y-axis and the in time taken value on the x-axis. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. For the y-axis, you can take 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So what we're going to do is now we're going to plot the points. So for the first one, the frequency density is 4. For the interval of 0 to 10, this is our first block. Then the next is 8.5. Approximately this. Then the next is 5. And next it is 1.5. So that's your histogram. Box A and box B are similar containers. The surface area of box A is 2, the surface area of box B is 4, is to 25. Find the length of box A. Whenever we talk about similar shapes and they mention the area, the formula that you need to keep in mind is that over here, area of box A over area of box B would equal to the square of length of A divided by length of B. So area of box A is 4 and then 25 is the area of box B according to the ratio. Length of A is what we need to find, so I'm going to call it X over length of B, which is given as 10, and this is being squared. If it's talking about the area, you would square the fraction of your length. If it's talking about the volume, you would cube the fraction of the length. And always make sure if you're, like for example, in this case, area of box A is in the numerator, then your length of box A would also be in the numerator of the other fraction. So 4 over 25 equals to x squared over 100. Cross multiply. 4 times 100 over 25 equals to x squared. We know 25 times 4 is 100, so this gets cancelled out, this becomes 4. That's 16 equals to x squared. Square root both sides. So 4 centimeter equals to x. That is your length of box A.